Brandon, it's Brian Kenny. Welcome back to MLB Now.
Thanks, BK. Appreciate you having me.
Great having you back here. So how was that for clinching? I don't know if you anticipated that last night, right?
Yeah, everybody saw the 6 for 6 with 10 ribbies and 20 runs out of the whole team. So it was great. Obviously, 50-50 is incredible. Something that we may not ever see again. And then to do it in the way he did it, along with, punching our ticket to the postseason again, pretty special night all around.
Was there any design on that, either from him or from the team, to say this is your 1 year not pitching, or, at least we know this, you're not going to be pitching, to open him up on the base paths?
I mean, he had talked about it really early on about wanting to be more aggressive on the bases, and I'm certainly not going to be one to doubt Shohei in any way. So, you watch him prepare every night on how to, get the best leads, any tips that the pitcher may have as far as when he's going home versus picking. So his work ethic is unmatched. And then obviously the talent is, elite. So you put those together and you have something incredibly special.
Dave Roberts opened the door to the possibility of him pitching this postseason. Where are you on that?
That feels very unlikely right now. I mean, I think he's just going through his throwing progression, and he feels really good, which is important. But, at this point, I don't see him pitching in the postseason.
Okay, so you're not planning on that. That won't suddenly pop up as a thing.
No, that's not in the plans as of now.
Okay. You've had a lot of pitching injuries. Will Yoshinobu Yamamoto continue to get the 5 days of rest in the postseason?
Yes. I mean, I think it's something that we feel is important for him to be at his best and to continue maximizing how he performs, and also keeping him in the best place possible as far as health-wise. So right now that's the plan, and obviously October creates different things and different scenarios, but that is certainly the plan at this point.
If it's Yamamoto and Jack Flaherty, who's your third starter?
I mean, we have a lot of really good options. Obviously, Walker's done it in the past, and we know what he's capable of in the postseason. Landon Knox taking down innings now and has been really impressive. And then we have other guys that could be coming back based on how they're feeling over the next week or so. So I think it's a really talented staff, and teams have been successful in the postseason a lot of different ways with pitching and offensively and defensively, and there's no one formula to winning it all. So we feel like we have the talent, and excited to get going and hopefully accomplish our next goal of winning the division here soon.
Clayton Kershaw trying to work his way back through a bullpen session the other day. Could he just start in the postseason if he doesn't start in the regular season? We'd be confident enough to get him out there.
Yeah, I think it's all about seeing how Kersh feels, what his feedback is, and somebody else that you never bet against Kersh. Watching him work and do everything he can to come back and help us win has been really impressive. So he's the best competitor I've ever seen, so I wouldn't put anything past him.
You opened up with, again, the world takeover, and it was really Dodgers versus the field. Brandon, how different was this season from what you envisioned?
I mean, we've had a lot of challenges with injuries, obviously, but really proud of our group, our staff, our players to continue to fight and be in the position that we're in right now. We feel really good about the talent in the room. We love the way this team is gelling and playing well at, hopefully the right time. So take that into the postseason and, do our best to play at our true talent level, and hopefully, like Doc said, win that last game in the postseason.
I just want to follow up just on Ohtani. Has he said anything about the possibility of pitching, or were there any discussions on that?
I mean, I think Shohei's so focused on the day-to-day of taking down his rehab, with his throwing program, and then staying locked in at the plate. There's not a ton of day-to-day conversation about where it's going. He's so focused on winning every single night. But we'll sit down and talk with him here soon about what the big picture looks like. But like I said, I don't see pitching as a real possibility this postseason.
Okay, Brandon, one last thing: just how much has the new playoff system changed the whole landscape of how this all works? It seems like it's very different now, especially when you have Tigers jumping up out of nowhere, that the old rebuild process has changed dramatically.
I think it's great for the game. I mean, you see so many teams that are still competing for the playoffs, and, as we've seen, get in and play well at the right time, anything can happen. So I think it's certainly good for the game. We saw it at the deadline with so few teams actually selling teams going for it, knowing that they're in position to get into the playoffs. So overall, it's a challenge because you have more teams to navigate in the postseason. But I think from just the industry and the game standpoint, it's definitely a positive.
All right, Brandon Gomes again, GM of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Brandon, congratulations on the success, clinching, getting back into the playoffs, and best of luck rest of the way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.